Do do do. Let me see. It's kind of late. I don't know if I want to send it out. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna go. Psst. I'm gonna do a quiet notice. You think people? I don't wake nobody out they sleep. Cause this is random. I was supposed to went live earlier. Cause I wanted to talk to y'all about something. Let me see if I can get anybody up. Let me see. Psst. Psst. Anybody woke? Psst. Anybody woke? Hello. Anybody woke? Hey Kimmy. Hey, hey, hey. It's late and I'm random. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, some of your hostess with the mostest. Hey Kelsey. Hey girl. Hello everybody. Was a couple of people woke. I had put up a little clip earlier that I wanted to talk about. I was supposed to go live earlier, and I swear my days just be like, they just be disappearing on me. Like the days just be disappearing on me. Like I swear it just be getting away from me, man. You know I'ma always be up late. Yeah, same here. I actually went to bed last night. I've been actually sleeping that night. I was up the night before last. I was up pretty late, but I've been actually going to bed, which I appreciate. Absolutely appreciate. But it probably won't be that many people that will pop on, but for whoever does pop on, um grateful. But I wanted to talk about something. I don't know how many people got the opportunity to see it, but I had put a clip up earlier today. And it was about a young man who has a YouTube channel that he just started about a month ago. And he was telling his story on how he contracted certain STDs and STIs. Now, I want to talk about that. I might have to click Facebook. I don't want to necessarily have to, but Facebook's so finicky about what you're able to say and what you're able to talk about. Like, I just never know, like, what they gonna hit me with. I never know what they gonna hit me with, but so we'll see what happens. It was this gentleman. I think his name was this. What was his name? Let me get his name. Cause is it Josh? John? His name was dang. His name was Josh. Yeah, his name was Josh. His name was Josh. Hey, blasted. His name was Josh. His YouTube page name is The Real Josh B, I think. The Real Josh B. And I don't know why I came across his video, but it was suggested to me. I think it just was on my timeline. And he was telling a story about how he is now currently living with not only HIV, but HSV, how he contracted all of this with one encounter. But not only that, he also contracted syphilis, gonorrhea, and trichomonas, all from one weekend with the gentleman. All from one weekend with the gentleman. Hey, love. And it blew my mind. Okay. So this is not new for him. It happened. I think this happened for him um a couple of years ago, but he just decided to come out and tell his story. And he's pretty young. He is a man who is a part of the LGBTQ community. Yeah, right? Exactly, blasted. And he was like, I know some of y'all don't believe it. Y'all feel like it's too much. And I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, this seemed like a bit much. But he tells his story about how he met a gentleman offline from a website. And he said they were talking offline, like talking on the phone and stuff like that for a while. And then they had decided to meet. And he was like, of course, we got a hotel room and we stayed the weekend at the hotel. So I'm assuming he was at least of age. Although he was still living with his parents at the time, he was at least of age because I know my parents ain't letting me stay out for a weekend at a hotel. Like, so I'm assuming he was of age, right? So, because he never says how old he is. He looks young, but he never says how old he is. So he says he spent 2 days at a hotel with this gentleman, and he said on the last day that he was booked at the hotel, when he woke up, the guy was already gone. So let me get into the backstory. So he said he met a gentleman online. They were talking, they was vibing. They liked each other. And during the time that they talked, the guy had let him know that he was HIV undetectable and that he was taking his medication. So the guy let him know that he was carrying a incurable virus. Like, the guy let him know about, at least about that one virus, right? He said, and I know a little bit about it. Somebody had told me about like the medication and being undetectable and this, that, and the third. And although he was aware of this, he decided, well, I don't want to judge anybody. He has it. He was honest. He told me about it. We're going to see where it goes still. Now, for me, it would have been an automatic, I'm good. We could be homies, you know what I'm saying, chit chat, bust it up. But it would have never been nothing romantic for me. However, different strokes for different folks. He decided, like, he was going to give him a chance. And I guess he was like, the fact that he was honest with me about it, for him, that was like commendable, for him. So he says that, hey, Niecy baby, what's up, Joylyn? How you doing? What's up, Runtel? Why? So he goes, sorry, I wasn't looking at my comments, y'all. So he goes, and they stayed a weekend, he said, and one thing led to the next, and they end up having, intercourse. But not only do they have intercourse, he admits that they had unprotected intercourse. Now, I'm like, what? I'm like, what? This man told you that he has a virus that's incurable, that could legit take your life. You can't do nothing about it once you get it. And not only do you pursue a romantic relationship with him because you feel like you're in love, but you have unprotected sex with the gentleman. What? Huh? So this story to me is teaching you what not to do, okay? So he said they do their thing over the weekend, and he was like, the last day when he left, he said he woke up on the last day when they was at the hotel, and the guy was already gone. He woke up and the guy was gone. He was like, he felt a little bit like, dang, like he woke up, he was gone. He was like, but I ain't really, I kind of brushed it off. He said, he said he went to the bathroom, and when he went to the bathroom while he was still at the hotel, he said it kind of stung a little bit. And he was like, something seems off. So he like, he called his brother to pick him up, and he goes home, and he like, the guy texts him like, hey, sorry to run out like the way I did, but I had, some stuff to do. I had to go. And pretty much like, he had a good time, and like they gonna link up again, like it wasn't over. So he like, over the course of the next few days, he noticed like the burning sensation got worse. He noticed that he was starting to get like bumps and patches and rashes and stuff like on his face. He was like, he had like these dark spots on his face, and that it was hurting even bad when he went to the bathroom, and that it became difficult for him to even brush his teeth and to eat. Like, it hurt for him to eat or anything. Like, his mouth was on fire. He said it just was so uncomfortable, and he said he dealt with it for weeks, without going to the hospital. He said he was telling the guy like about his symptoms and stuff that he was having, and the guy was like, "It's okay. We gonna work through it. I love you. We gonna get married. Like, you gonna be okay." And I'm listening to the story like, what? He was like, "So I'm believing him," and I'm like, "Believing what though? He already told you he had what they call a package, and your intuition is not to go get checked. So if you did contract what you already know he has, you could go get on your medication that you need for yourself." So I'm really like, what is going on? Like, I guess he young. You know how they say you young and dumb, but to me that's beyond me. I can't imagine, even at my young age. I always, have been very curious and had a bunch of questions. I remember even at a young age, like, before considering, going, taking a route of um being romantically, involved with someone. I had a lot of questions. I used to be in we had this office in our school, that you could go into and you could ask questions. It was like sex ed, but they had like an office that always was open like for kids to come in. I would go in there, read the books, ask questions. It's just me. I've always been very like um curious and had a lot of questions and just wanted to understand. So I'm sitting there, I'm putting myself in his shoes and I'm like, it's no way that I was with a man who told me he had um the package and I start getting all these symptoms that I never had before, and my initial instinct is not to go to the doctors. Okay. So he's like, he's talking to the guy like we everything's gonna be okay. And he was like, he was in the bathroom like looking at his face and his mouth and stuff, and he was like he had these bumps, like green stuff was oozing out of it, and then he had bumps that were red, and he had rashes and black spots like all over his body. I'm like, he was like, it was in his hair, like it was everywhere. And I'm like, it's giving me the heebie jeebies. I'm like, ew. As I'm listening to his story, and he communicating with the guy the whole time, and he like the guy just like the guy ain't telling you to go to the doctors. He just like it's gonna be okay. So maybe he was hoping he would just wake up one day and it would be gone. So I'm just like, this is ridiculous. So he like his brother walked in his room when he was like looking at himself after he got out the shower in his mirror, and his brother was like, "What is going on with you? Like, are you okay? Like, what's going on?" And I guess he tell his brother about the situation or whatever, and he begged his brother not to say nothing to his parents. He said, and then a little bit more time went by, and one day I guess he was in the house, and his dad like looked at him and was like, "What is going on with you? Like, what's up with your face? What is all that stuff all over your face? What's going on with you?" And so his dad now made him go to the doctors. And when he went to the doctors, he found out that he was not only HIV positive, but he also had HSV, herpes. He also had gonorrhea. He also had syphilis, and he also had trick. Now he said because he had taken so long to go to the doctors to go get checked out, which I'm a guessing it had to been more than just a couple of weeks. It had to been like some time, or maybe I don't understand how it works. I need to look it up. But he said that they explained to him like if you have syphilis and you allow it to go untreated for too long, then you can't cure it. Like you could take the medicine to clear it up, but you always carry like syphilis will always like lay dormant in your system because you allowed it you walked around with it for so long. So then he said that after he got the news of like everything that he had, hey Mel, after he got the news of everything that he had, he went to contact the guy that he had slept with, and the guy had blocked him on everything. Like once he told him he was going to the doctors, he said after he left the doctors, because the guy already knew. When he went to go hit him back, he said he had blocked him on everything. He couldn't get him on his phone. He couldn't get him on none of the apps. No, nothing. He just disappeared off the face of the earth. He told me about the HIV, but he didn't tell me about none of the other stuff. And I'm just like, he was like, he blamed it on the guy. He was like, he didn't tell me about none of that stuff, telling you about the dangers of meeting people on the internet and things like that. And I'm thinking in my head like, no, you was a fool. Like he already told you enough that you needed to know that should have made you apprehensive and to protect yourself. He had already him telling you he had HIV was enough, regardless if he told you he was detectable or not. You decided to sleep with that man unprotected after he told you that. Hello, like what are you thinking? And I'm just like, this is a perfect example of like what not to do. I wish he had documented his journey of like what it looked like if it was real. Hey Mel. I'm like, I wish he had documented like what his body and stuff looked like when he first went through it. Cause he was like, I know many people not gonna believe me. They think I'm making this story up. And it do seem like it's made up because that's just a lot. Like HIV, HSV, syphilis, gonorrhea, and trichomonas, like all at one time. Like that guy was a walking ew. Like he was a walking cesspool who just didn't give a damn, obviously, because that's insane. Because outside of the HIV and the HSV is he could have went and got medication to cure those things, but he just didn't care. A guy named the real Josh B. I put a clip on. I think it's on YouTube for sure. Go check it out because it's crazy. And I'm just like, you should have known better. Well, I can't say because if you don't know, you don't know. But you should have, at the same breath, you should have known better. Like if you going to lay down and you're going to be an adult. You're going to be a grown up. You should be educating yourself on what's going on. Like, please go get tested. So you don't spend a weekend with someone who you thought you was in love, that you met on the app. You thought you was in love with this person and was gonna marry this person. Spent the weekend with them. Your whole life is changed. His whole life is changed because he decided to lay down with that man and not use protection. And he like his whole body banged up. I'm like, so he was just sticking it anyway, in the booty, in the mouth. Like, you ain't leave nothing off. Like, you ain't wait on nothing. You gave him full access to you. That's okay. I probably won't be on here that long. I just felt inclined to come on there and come talk about it because it's too many things. It's too many diseases and stuff like that floating around that you can catch, that people need to be more mindful of who they sleeping with. Like, go get tested. Go get tested. Now, you know, people be like, it ain't always time to get tested. Sometimes stuff just happen. And I know as adults, some people engage in one night stands. You meet somebody and they go down. But there are things for you to use. Use a condom. Use a condom. Why are we leaving condoms off? Like, at least try to protect yourself. Like, don't just be out here beer backing people that you don't know. And go get tested. Like, stop just randomly sleeping with people. Like, that's not okay. And definitely, if somebody going to openly admit to you that they already have something, to me that's an even bigger red flag. Come on, and let's go ahead and walk in together and go see what we have. Like, yeah, I know you told me you have this, but let's just make sure everything is on the up and up. You saying that you are undetectable, let me see your charts, let me see. Like, be smart about it. He just dove in. Now I'm saying he looks young, so he probably was just young and just um gullible, I guess. But I put myself in those types of shoes, and I'm like, I know everybody is different. Everybody don't operate the same way, but I could never. I was way too nosy, like as a teen. I was way too nosy as a kid, like and just took value in myself. I took value in that. Like, to me, that was like your body and stuff like is important, and just understanding like you can absolutely pick up some things that you won't be able to get rid of. Like, and so you need to be mindful of those things. Not saying you could be grown, you could be an adult, like do what you want to do. You want to have fun, but have fun and be safe at the same time. So now your whole life has changed. And I'm just like, you only just got one. You got he legit had everything under the sun from a weekend of passion. I don't know nothing about none of that. I pray that, I'm protected. I'm married. And I pray I never have to deal with any of that stuff. But even in marriage, somebody had wrote in my comments like, I'm happy I'm married. That don't save you either. I mean, you will hope that being married, that you and your partner will be open and honest, and they will, make decisions that's going to keep you safe. But people cheat, people step out of their marriage. Even married couples do things where they do stuff knowingly and step out, like, and engage with people. And a lot of times when stuff like that happens, they aren't, getting tested. They should be, but they aren't, because it's like a one night stand, and you are putting yourself at risk. It just ain't that much. It just ain't that much Peter Wacker in the world for me. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool as a fan. I'm cool. Absolutely, especially in the gay community with males, women too, but the men are so. And something that I learned recently, I never knew. I'm like, yeah, that is harder to pass, diseases from woman to woman. I never knew that. I guess because it wasn't something, because I wasn't part of the community, something that I would like be curious or think to ask. But even so, like, even with it being harder to, it's still not impossible. So for me, it's the same game. It's the same game. Like, you know, if I was into that kind of stuff, it'd be the same. We going to get tested. Like, I don't know who mouth you been on. I don't know who you been, twiddling. Like, I need your fingernails clean. Like, we need to know these things. I do not want something I can't get rid of. No, it's not the end of the world for a lot of people. People live um full satisfying romantic lives like after being diagnosed. But if I can avoid it, then that's what I'm going to do. Like, we not just walking into the brick wall like saying, hey, smack me in my face. You know what I'm saying? So I thought his story was interesting. And although some people act oblivious or like just weird about certain things, there are a lot of people that have been diagnosed with, unfortunately, HIV, with HSV, and they are living with these things, and they are living their best lives, and they are transparent about it. Like, um when May came out and told her story, people act like she was the first person to ever have it or ever speak on it, but there are hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of people on social media that share um their statuses, and they are transparent about their journey with dating and everything else. Like, it's a thing. um she's not the first, and she's not going to be the last. And why should people be afraid to share? Because of ignorance. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are just ignorant to the fact. And a lot of people just be running and bumping their gumpers thinking they know what they're talking about and don't be knowing nothing. But I thought his story was insane, and I definitely think like it's a insight on what not to do, because dang, everything you picked up, 5 different diseases from one encounter. My mind is freaking blown by that, y'all. I'm cool to and satisfied with my one and only. And as far as I know, he's good with just me. Been together for almost 12 years and never had any STD in my life. That's what's up, ST game, and I pray that it continues. But even in marriage, like for me, I still get tested. Like I do my annual, I get tested. It's okay. I do my annual, I get tested. And if I'm out and about and it's like if I'm out and about and it's like some a lot of times if you go to festivals and stuff, they might have booths and stuff where they're offering like rapid testing. I'll get tested like just randomly, like, okay, yeah, do it, because why not? Because although you might be safe in your current relationship, there are absolutely stuff that will lay dormant in your system that may not show up for years. There are people who have had HIV and had no idea that they had it because it was not showing up. Like, it could stay dormant for years. Diseases can stay dormant for years and never show any symptoms. Like, so getting tests, and not just peeing on the stick, but getting blood tests and stuff like that is important. Like, to be consistent in that, to try to, hopefully it's never the case, but if you do, to stay on top of it. You know what I'm saying? Because, ooh, he was so young. He was so young. He is so young. If y'all didn't catch that clip, go watch it so y'all can know what I'm talking about. I think I titled it. What is the title? It is titled um I think I titled it what not to do, or at least the thumbnail says like what not to do or something like that. Or something like that. I just was like, my mom was like like blown. My mom was blown like seeing it today. I always start yawning every time I get on this daggone call. I want to see something else I want to touch on. I don't really want to get into none of the drama from social media, nothing like that. I wanted to talk about that because I thought it was a process. It was supposed to go live earlier, and it sucks that I didn't. But kind of it is what it is. Um, if you guys don't know, if you missed it, we definitely hit 5K on YouTube. Woo woo! Yes, baby. So a giveaway is coming soon for my YouTube subscribers. I still haven't figured out what I want to give away, but I'm working on it now. I think it's going to be money. I didn't want to give away money. I wanted to give away something. Like, I wanted to pick something and give it away, but I keep going back and forth in my head, back and forth in my head. And I'm just like, what if it's something a person don't need or a person don't want? And then my roomies, my A1 day ones, the sellies, they like, everybody need a little cash. So I'm just like, it ain't, I guess. So I guess I'm gonna give out some coins. Thank y'all so much. So the gift away will be coming soon. I think I'm going to do it one day during the week. Thank you, Edith. Thank you, Middle. Thank you, Nikki. Um, so I'm gonna be doing that one day during the week. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Mel want me to ask the people in the comment section for the gift away, what would y'all want me to give away? If you could choose what I was giving away, what is it that you would want me to give away? What is it that y'all want me to give away? Oh, excuse me. If you had to say so, and what that was. Somebody suggested I do a grocery giveaway again. I'm like, people always need groceries. I guess I could. I did that already though. Well, I gave away money before, give it away money before too, but those are the two things I kind of lean towards: groceries and a little couple dollars or something. I don't know, but I'm just like, I don't know. G, what's G? What's G? What's that? What that is? What that is? I am so excited that my YouTube is growing. Hey, Miss Lawanda. I'm so excited that it is just moving along because I hit 5K and we all already almost to 5,100 followers. Like, it's been 24 hours. So the page is moving, shucking and grooving. Okay. Money is probably the best, especially this time of year with school coming up. Yeah. Then I was gonna do some book bags or something, but it might be too late for that too. Like, a lot of people, kids already back in school or about to go, so people already started their shopping and stuff. So the gift away for that, I feel like if I was like to do book bags or something like that, they probably already got that stuff. So doing a little cash kind of just will put something in their pocket, I guess. Yeah, groceries or a little cash will help anyone. Yeah. So it'll probably be one of those two things. I'll have to decide which one I want to do. I was having a conversation. I forget who it was, but I cannot wait to get to a point. Y'all know I talked about this time and time again. Like, yes, of course I'm on here. I do what I do because I want to make some money. Absolutely. I'm not coming on here if I couldn't make no money, like putting all this time and effort into it. But on top of me making money, like that equates to me on what how I could give back. Like, I cannot wait to get to the day where like I'm making um a profit off of social media to the point where I could be like, we got a gift away coming, you guys. I'm gifting away of all inclusive round trip, all inclusive trip for two as my gift away. Like, I can't wait to get to a point where I'm like, I'm giving away an all inclusive trip for two people to like um a trip to the freaking Bahamas, a trip to the Caribbean. I'm sending y'all to Jamaica. Let me put y'all on a plane and send y'all somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I would love to be at a point, and I'm gonna get there as long as social media don't strip me of my tools and I continue to build. I kind of feel like I've had to start over time and time again, but I'm not at a point where I'm going to give up. Like, YouTube is exciting me that that is growing, and I'm so excited for that. But I cannot wait to get to a point where like I'm making some type of coins on here that's like actually changing, and I could be like, I could actually be like, I'm giving away a car. Like, like I envision that for me. You know what I'm saying? I envision that for Summer's Room. Like, I can see it coming. I'll be talking to my husband about like where I want to go, like if I want to pour into the whole recap thing and if I want to set up a space. What I would love to do, if I got back into like interviews, you know how we had the lady come onto the panel the other day, like where I could like go to on location with them and like be able to rent a space or have a space that I could go to and set up like a podcast where I could sit down with that individual like face to face, like in travel places. I would like to have a little space, a studio set up where people could come in, whether I flew them to me or be local. Like, I would love to get to that point, and I definitely think that I will get there. I definitely think that I will get there because my numbers are growing every day. um YouTube is moving lovely. It's moving lovely, so I am super excited. So like I said, we hit 5K, baby. Whoop whoop whoop. And I'm about to turn another corner on Facebook. I think we at 33K followers on Facebook. We about to be at 34K followers I think I'm right at the I think I need like another 100 or something, 100 followers to hit 34K on Facebook. And the numbers be up, the numbers be down, like on the videos. Um, for whoever the fake page is, Monet, my lives definitely don't do numbers, but my lives are not what my page is about. My videos are what my focal point is, and my lives will get back to where we had numbers. Because at one point, when I was super consistent and I was doing my lives and doing my recaps, and I was consistent in my time, and I wasn't forgetting about tuning in, I had a nice crowd. So right now, yes, the numbers are low, but they will come back up. They definitely will come back up. I know that they will. I'm doing actually doing very well for myself. I'm doing very well for myself, which you say. So it kind of is what it is. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you for supporting me the way that you do. I appreciate each and every person that hit that subscribe bell on YouTube as well as Facebook. And if you're looking for a way to support me, you can become a member of my YouTube channel or my Facebook channel. And it's never an obligation, but if you would like to if you're looking for a way to support me, that's always an option. So thank you so much for becoming a member today, Eve. Thank you. Oh no, I know I will. Because YouTube, I was not expecting for my growth on YouTube to be as fast as it is. Like I honestly was not expecting for my growth to be as fast as it was on YouTube, but baby, we get in there. We get in there. Don't worry about that, y'all. Don't even fall into it. That's what folks want. And just me refocusing on not falling into the trap of, we normally don't get people like that though. We normally don't get people like that. It's normally pretty copacetic. But you know what happened? Um well, I don't know what happened. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. They out of here now. They'll probably come back on another fake page and I'll just block that again. But just getting back to doing my recaps the way I used to, not getting pulled into comments, not being going back and forth with people, kind of just refocusing, because just reevaluating myself in some things. I realized a long time ago, but I've kind of been back and forth, y'all know, with me wanting to do the lives. And I think that I'm going to continue to do the lives, and I'm going to put some more effort into them, with revamping them and things like that. Because I definitely see potential, and I'll be super excited when I talk about it. And things like that. My TikTok is growing, YouTube is growing. I'm trying to post on Instagram. It'd be a lot. Like people that have multiple pages that they run, I don't know how they do it because it's a lot. Even like with just trying to repurpose and tweak like the content you already have, it's a lot. And then making sure that you don't overstep certain boundaries with certain people, because not everybody want their content on your page. Um, Not everybody want their content on your page. So, child, my weight loss is doing nothing. I have not been focused. I have not been doing what I'm supposed to be doing at all. I have not. So, I need to stand on the scale. Last time I weighed myself, I still was losing. And I was shocked when I stood on the scale that I still was losing, because I've been eating out a lot again. I haven't been cooking as much since my daughter's been going. I guess because she going, and I just be grabbing stuff to eat like outside. But yeah, um, so no, it's not. I mean, last time I stood on the scale, like I said, I still was losing weight. I was down another 4 pounds the last time I weighed myself, but I haven't been on the scale. I didn't get on the scale this week, so I don't know where I'm at this week. I don't know where I'm at this week. But like I said, I can't wait to me get to a point like when I do my giveaways, like it's something like major. I'm super excited about the day, and I know that we'll get there. I know that we will get there, and I'm excited to see the freaking day. Even if it's like I'm gonna pay for a trip like down to, I don't know, Orlando or New Orleans or Texas. Like, let's meet up. You know what I'm saying? Like, or I'm a fly in and I'm a dinner on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would love to be able to do, something like that. Something life changing. And when I say life changing, like even like a trip, some people never get to see like outside of their state because they just don't have the funds like to travel and do those things. So I would love to be able to be in a position one day to like do something like that. Or even to the point where like um somebody trying to move and they're a follower or buy a house, and I could be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna sponsor your down payment." I would love, oh my gosh, you don't know, like that would be woo, like just it excites me to think about it. Like I've always loved to give back. I don't, some of y'all know, like when I went to Texas at one time, we fed the homeless. And a lot of people had questions like, won't you do something in your own area? And the problem with that is people just be talking and they don't be knowing what they be talking about, like just bumping their gumpers. Cause I used to run a whole charity group that's a 501c3 that is still active, and I did it for years. And we used to feed hundreds of people every weekend. Not just feed hundreds of people, but I would clothe people. We provided groceries for people, resources and things like that. We went out to people like homeless individuals who finally got a place for themselves. We were able to send people to help them like with putting things up, replacing doors, like um shoes for their feet, coats for the winter, toiletries. We used to go to shelters and stuff like that and give back. It's for years like I did that type of work. And then COVID came. I relocated. I had a daughter, and so I kind of wasn't out in doing it as much because I had to think about my daughter. And hepatitis C became rampant and things like that. And also fentanyl became like a really big thing in the street. So I had to think about not just myself, but I had a small baby again. So I hadn't been, I don't do it like I used to. But if I get an opportunity to, I will. So some people had some stuff to say, wondering why I didn't do it, not realizing like I fed thousands and thousands and thousands of people right here in my very own backyard, and doing it outside of my city. That wasn't the first time. Like I've traveled to other states and stuff like that and fed the homeless and stuff before. And that's something I would like to get back into too. I just don't know how. Now I feel like it's so many different obstacles and loopholes now. I mean obstacles and like red tape now to do it. I don't know. So but if you could give back in whatever way you can, it doesn't have to be on a major scale. It could be small. Every so often I'll carry like Ziploc bags and stuff. Like sometimes in the winter I'll do like those warming pads. I'll get a pack of those, some gloves, socks, um, and some toilet like a toothbrush and a toothpaste and stuff, and put it like in a little zip bag and keep it in my car. And when I see people, like just give it to them. Sometimes I will make a couple of um like maybe like something light. And I am prone to do things like if I'm out and I get me something to eat, if I notice that there is someone on outside, like hanging around, I'll get myself something to eat and I'll get them something to eat, like so hey Ayana, yeah, so it's always been a passion of mine to give back, um and things like that. So yeah. But I just wanted to come on and talk about the gentleman. If y'all missed that highlight, go watch that highlight. It was very interesting, and it definitely teaches you what not to do. It actually could be very informative for if you have teenagers, if they are at that age where you're having those conversations with them. Show them that. Let them listen to his story about what he went through, thinking that he was in love and that he found somebody online, because it's 2024 and most people are meeting people offline, whether it is a dating app or just a social app. Like a lot of people meet off these apps. Um, and it just doesn't stop there, just in life in general. Like, look, this is what this man is going through, and this is where he at, all because he didn't use protection or he didn't use his brain. You know what I'm saying? So I thought it was very informative. Lana, I'm sorry. Lana, sorry. Lana, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lana. Um, but yeah, that's all I wanted to share with you guys today. I just came on because I was up. I said, let me pop on to see if anybody woke or whatever. And so I'm gonna go ahead and head on out, you guys. Thank you guys for listening to me. The video on Facebook is probably going to disappear because I said the names of the STDs a few times, and I know Facebook could be super sensitive to stuff like that. So I'm gonna remove it, but the video will remain up on YouTube. I'll post a link for it if anybody want to catch the replay. And I'll be talking to you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your night. I love y'all. Bye.